Now at 11, the GBI is investigating a deadly shooting in Clayton County.
In just the last 2 hours, we learned the victim is an 18-year-old shot and killed by police.
I got two reasons not to want anything to do with doing this video. Number one, well, hell, three. Number one, y'all like killing kids again, you coward. All right, chill out. Number two, because I just thought of that one. I'm from Georgia, man. You know, I'm kicking it in South Florida right now. Trailhand Bill, y'all know me. If not, how are you doing? That's me. But yeah, I'm from Georgia, man. And number three, shit, I got like two more Georgia joints in the clip. I started to do like all of the videos together because they're pretty short, and then I realized like this one, they murdering kids, so I need to give it some individual attention. I prefer to, but we fucking up in Georgia, man. Listen, I'm covering stories, man. I'm bringing, you know what I mean, government awareness to us. I know a lot of people want to use these, you know what I mean, incidences, especially in Georgia. It's a political hotspot right now for that. I don't get into that because I'm going to tell the truth on all of y'all. I'm talking about the humanity of the situation. I know people out here blindly praise these cowards, and I just like to color them as they are, you know what I mean? Obviously, all of them aren't out here murdering, but they cover for the murderers among them, so I don't give any of those domestic terrorist cowards much leeway. Now, they're not mine to condemn, but I can definitely describe their behavior and actions. Honestly, I know as much about the story as y'all do at this point, guys, and my heart already broke as hell. Let's see what's going on back home.
11 Live's Cody Alcorn live in Rex, just feet from that house where the shooting happened. Cody, what have you learned so far tonight?
Well, Jennifer and Ron, let me step out of the shot right now. You can see the GBI is still on the scene investigating the shooting along with Clayton County Police. What I can tell you is 4 teenagers had broken into this vacant home here on Chippewa Drive, which is what led up to this deadly shooting earlier today. A neighbor noticing trouble around this vacant home reached out to Clayton County Police.
At approximately 4:30 today, our officers responded to a suspicious person's call.
Officers quickly surrounding this 2-story home at the corner of Nogales Place and Chippewa Drive,
And began to give verbal commands for the subjects inside to exit the house.
Chief Kevin Roberts says an 18-year-old came out of the back of the home.
At that moment, that officer gave verbal commands for that subject to stop because he was running towards the area where other officers were attempting to remove suspects from the residence.
Seconds later, Chief Roberts says his officer opened fire. The teenager shot in the backyard.
3 other suspects were removed from the house and taken into custody.
2 other 18-year-olds and a 16-year-old.
We see young adults committing crimes all the time in the metropolitan area. So it's unfortunate, but those are the facts as we see them today.
The GBI now investigating this deadly shooting.
The end of that engagement was not to anyone's liking. We've lost a life, and we value everybody's life, and this is unfortunate.
The 18-year-old has not been identified, but a woman did pull up on scene just a short time ago and told me her son was one of the 18-year-olds who was arrested here, telling me that her son and the young man who was killed here just graduated high school. Visibly shaken up, though, by all of this, she was heading to the jail to try to speak with her son.
And Cody, do we have any idea at all why they were targeting that particular home?
A great question, Ron. We did ask the chief about that. He said his detectives were still working to find out why. But after talking with the woman here who said her son was one of the suspects, they did live near the area, so they might have known there was nobody here. But as far as why they were going into this home, what they were looking for, those questions remain unanswered tonight. In Rex, Cody Alcorn, 11 Alive News.
I just told y'all, man, y'all can holler at Cody in one of my last videos, man. I can't remember the young man's name. I'm remiss. Forgive me, man. Rest in peace, homie, man. He went to a dentist appointment. Go check out the video. It's up. He was going home. You know what I mean? Cops say he seen him waving a gun in traffic. Anyway, they shot the man. He picked up some Subway and was going home. He lived with his grandma, and they shot the man dead. Well, not they. One federal agent shot the man dead in his grandma's house. It's some crazy shit going on out here, man. I want to say a lot about... That wasn't Atlanta, but I want to say a lot about, you know, the Atlanta area too, man. I don't know why I was thinking this guy was 16. I had to dig into this story because it just didn't make sense to me. At first I was like, okay, I'm gonna come at it like you got. I just try to be honest, man. Like I was young. I've broken into houses before, you know what I mean, vacant houses and stuff like that. And that would be a perfect opportunity to use this story. Rest in peace to this young man. I'm gonna try to call his name Hakim El Nas. I can't say it, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna call him Hakim. I think this has been a perfect opportunity, rest in peace to him, to teach our younger people, man, wherever they're from, small things can be taken and they can just turn into gigantic things, and you know, things that you can't undo. And so we don't want to lose lives to learn those lessons, but sometimes the loss of life can be a great time to just kind of prompt those lessons back into the atmosphere as a reminder. So just prayers for his family, man, and everything they're going through right now. But that's how I wanted to start this video. But then I wanted to listen to it again because the chief or the sheriff, he said some interesting things. One thing he said, because I mentioned this in my last video too, and that was about the young man that they shot, you know what I mean, going into the door. I think that may have been in Ohio. Don't quote me on that part. But that's what reminded me of this, because I said, these cowards, they won't even get into these press conferences and say, hey, even though we do think that he escalated the situation, we are sorry that happened because we never want to get into encounters like that with the citizens we're supposed to serve. I literally said that in that video. I don't think I've ever heard a cop say that, because it always occurs to me. So it was ironic when I heard this chief say that, or sheriff, or whoever the hell he was. But then he said something else that stuck out to me. He said, kids are running around the metropolitan area, you know, committing crimes all the time. This is he kind of chuckled when he said that, which was a little offensive to me considering what happened. But I don't think he was trying to be callous. But so that occurred. I'm like, yo, bro, if this is something you guys are used to, that just stuck out to me. Like, why the response? But then let me listen to this again and make sure I didn't miss anything before I cover it. And then it stuck out to me that they said this was a vacant house. So now I'm thinking, why did y'all surround kids breaking into a vacant house? Now, I know that's still a crime. I think that's a crime, right? Especially if they have those signs up. I know back home in Georgia, they would put a lot of those condemned signs on it, do not enter. So, of course, it would be a crime. But then, I mean, why would you send kids? Why would you send that type of response for somebody breaking into a vacant? That seems like 1 or 2 cops at the most. But they said, can you surround the house with 1 or 2 cop cars? Even if it's 4 cops in it? I'm trying to think, like, that's the first thing that stuck out to me. Why would they respond like that to a call of a break-in at a vacant house? And so then I would listen again, and then I say, well, what do they mean? Like, at one moment, he's running, and at the next moment, he's shot. And then the dude, the chief, the sheriff, he said, and that's what we have right now. I'm like, bro, what you mean that's what you have? You didn't tell us a damn thing. You told us the kid was running. The next thing you know, he's on the ground, shot dead. Or he died later at the hospital. You didn't tell us anything. What you mean that's what you have right now? So I said, nah, let me do a little. All I did was Google the story, and it pops up, guys. You find out. Because the other thing I was thinking, before I tell y'all this, does the GBI always investigate shootings that officers are involved in? I think you'll get conflicting stories if you ask that question, but I'll leave that there. But that's something else that occurred to me. Because they emphasized that the GBI was there. They're not calling these guys criminals. That's what they usually do. They're covering this story very differently, and all this is just really sticking out. It's sore thumb, red flag sticking out to me. It's kind of odd. Why aren't y'all calling them criminals? Why aren't y'all saying the officers saved the community from violence? The usual rhetoric. So I look it up, and what you find out is the GBI is investigating because the dude was shot in the back while he was running away. The 18-year-old kid was shot in the back while he was running away. The reports that the GBI have, and their reports and their investigation conflict already with the reports that the Clayton County Sheriff's Department is giving. The cops and buddies are saying this. Y'all saying one thing, this is what we're finding out. And I'm already knowing this because I'm like, if nobody was there with cops and these young boys, why are they already covering the story different, and why are they highlighting the fact that the GBI is on it? Something is prickly here. And the GBI is finding out this young man was shot as he was running away. Oh, trust me, man. If that was it, the video would be over by now. It gets worse. The reporter said, we don't know why they were targeting that house, Cody. That's some kind of like what I had to check your ass about before. Little slang which you be using to paint a particular picture and point to a particular direction. I mean, you said targeting. You said they live close by. Well, hell, y'all usually got some random ass neighbor you talk to, Cody. I give you shots out. Y'all didn't talk to none of the neighbors. because this other agency did. And guess what the neighbors say? Them kids at their damn house every day, all the damn time. The neighbor who live next door say the kids are at the house all the damn time. They literally said they're not gangbangers. They never caused us any trouble. They never lied. They never doing drugs and none of that. This is what the damn neighbors who live in. I'm going to put the screenshots in here. I don't want you to take my word for it. I just got a little hot because when I read that shit, I'm like, hold up. I knew something was off about this damn story. You're used to children committing crimes in the metropolitan area, but you send out what sounds like a damn task force for somebody. Let's just give you the benefit of the doubt and say you didn't know it was kids at the time. I know there would be, differences of opinions about the legality of their age, whether they're children, whether they're grown men. I'm a grown-ass man. 18-year-olds are children. No matter how grown I thought I was when I was 18, I was a damn kid. And everybody I was hanging around damn near was too. We had one or two mature partners. It's a damn kid. Anyway. Why did y'all send a SWAT damn? I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there. This is what the responses sounded like. And you saying this is something y'all used to, homie. If y'all used to it, what the hell are you sending out SWAT members for? I mean, I'm not saying they send out. That's just what the response sounds like when it's described. And then we find out one of these terrorist motherfuckers shot this kid while he was running away. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all, brother? The neighbor said these kids just hang out. I'm like, vacant house, vacant house, vacant house. What the hell could they really be doing at a vacant house? I was a kid before. And you answer the question. This is be rational here. I don't know. You might take out all of your damn biases and just be rational. What would a kid or a group of kids be doing breaking into a vacant house, guys? Just think about it. Anything they need to be shot in the back for? It broke my motherfucking heart even more because at first, like I said, I was just thinking, man, I don't know how the situation unfolded. These kids may have, you don't know. And so, they're breaking into vacant, you don't know in those situations. And because it's unfortunate, and yes, you're a kid, but you put yourself in a situation. And like I said, the most I think we can do is definitely be in prayer for that family, grieve with them, because it could be our loss, even if it's our loss in another way. Even if the dude is Hitler, everybody got somebody that love them. So they ain't guilty of nothing just because their loved one did something, even though society thinks like that in a lot of ways. So that's why I say, what can we do besides those things? And also just use this, as a picture to point to say, hey, I know you're doing this to your daughter. I know you're doing this to your son. Just be very careful. I don't want you doing it at all, but if you be very careful because you just can't predict what's next. But that's not what happened here, though. And even though them kids did put themselves in that situation, I mean, God damn, are you really thinking I'm about to be shot in the back by somebody who's supposed to be out here? I mean, we know because we're older now. We know who these cowards really are. But once again, these are kids. This is a neighborhood. How many people in your neighborhood are like you and are as aware of you as you are? Are as aware as you are of who these domestic terrorists are. I guarantee you it's not many. You're in the minority. No kid, no parent, no neighbor next door who sees these kids every day is thinking that these kids going to be shot. One of them going to be shot in the back because they in a vacant house. I still don't know. But, I mean, I do know what they were doing. I don't know what they were doing specifically. But you got a neighbor right there. Like, he said, yo, I need to see the, Clayton County Police Department's records. Were there ever calls before? Who was this calling? Because like I say, literally you got a neighbor right there reporting that these kids are here every damn day. And the neighbor he could have said they there every day, man. I'm glad the police finally dealt with, not about the murder, but the police should have been stopping them from coming. He didn't say any of that. Like he went out of his way to say, nah, he don't even know them. He's just like, yo, they there every day, man. They don't be doing nothing. They just be cool and they not gangbangers. They don't do none of that. They just be over there. The neighbor is saying this. What the fuck am I supposed to believe? Y'all went in there like the animals you are. And now somebody got a plan to bury their son. And I'm mad as hell about it. So the video ends right there, man. Rest in peace. Protect your people. Teach your kids to know their rights and make sure you know yours. And never trust none of these coward-ass terrorists. Trailhand Bill. Should be crazy, brother. Very, Lord help us, crazy. My bad, y'all. I definitely forgot to share these details. Number one, y'all know the coward on administrative leave is how they phrase it. But we know they left out the paid for a reason. And the second thing is, please notice how this sheriff didn't say anything, and he definitely would have said this, anything about the young man or anybody else having a gun. I didn't hear it, but please know that right now they're reporting that they suddenly found a gun on the scene too. So, like I say, man, sometimes I want to.
Sometimes I wanna.
We see young adults committing crimes all the time in the metropolitan area. So
that's even more reason this 18-year-old should be at home with his family right now, not somewhere in somebody's morgue. Y'all used to it, so you should have the experience to deal with it without shooting kids in the back. What was his worst crime? Trespassing? You know what? I take back what I said about you showing a decent amount of grief, man. You definitely didn't show anywhere near the amount of grief you should have shown for your officer slaughtering an American child and taking him from his family. I have to call you a coward too, sir. Thank you if you made it this far. If you liked the video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. If you care to go a little further than that, maybe even subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out a few of the other videos on the channel. Either way, y'all be safe.